everyone, how you doing? Hope you're doing great. So I thought I would make a video of what I've learned about going to studios and professional studios, and hopefully this video can help you guys on what you guys can do to better yourself to where you are more prepared in the studio and get a better quality and better song for your guys' product, and just overall better yourself as a musician going into the studio. I'd also like to let you guys know I'm very excited to say that I have launched my own clothing line. Yay! This is not just like, hey, this is YouTube merch. This is a legit clothing line that I have made, and if you guys would like to support it, awesome. I just launched, so if you could share it with your friends, that would be great. Alright, so studio tip number 1. Before I start I would like to add some of these are basic and some of these are common sense, but I would still like to go over them just in case if they aren't to some people. So, studio tip number 1. Learn your freaking songs. What I mean by that is also have them timed. You have all the tempos mapped out and you can actually play your guitar to that tempo. Do not think that you're going to go into the studio and just say, shoot me a tempo, and you're going to play it correct. That's bullshit and super unprofessional. Our band uses Guitar Pro, and it has all the timing mapped out in there, and we literally will send that information to the studio whenever we show up, and we tell them this is the time signature, this is what we're doing here, and everything's mapped out in that way. But know your songs, and I'm not just saying learn your guys' songs and then think that you know them and go to the studio. Make sure you know them and you can play them almost in different ways as well, and just overall kill your song. I mean, play it over and over and over, listen to it even, and just practice, practice, practice. I cannot stress this enough. With our band, with my drummer owning a personal studio, he has told me some of the headaches of people not practicing enough, and overall, just practice, guys. Practice makes perfect. There's no rock stars in this game. You actually have to work with your craft. Studio tip number 2. Show up on time. Holy shit, you would think that's common sense these days, but people do not seem to take their music seriously. If you guys take your music seriously, show up on time. Even show up 10 minutes beforehand. It's not a bad thing to show up showing that you are ready. When you show up late, the producer immediately looks at you like, do you take this seriously? And if you keep showing up late, it shows that you don't. So if you guys really care about your music, show up on time. We've even shown up early to our studio that we went to, and they said, hold on guys, we respect that you're early, but we're not ready yet. And we had no problem waiting. Make sure the person that you are paying is ready right when they're ready for you, you're ready. So show up on time, guys. Alright, so being an Eagle Scout, I learned this, and this is one of the most helpful things that I've ever learned growing up. Be prepared. Holy shit, this will make your whole life work so easy and so smooth. When I go to a studio, a professional studio, I actually bring the food that I need just in case if I cannot go get food. So I have the food ready, so then like if somehow we're running behind, I can eat my sandwich literally there. I don't have to go somewhere and get a sandwich. I have everything there. Not only that, I have extras pack of strings. I have my toolkit, which has everything. I mean, my screwdrivers, my extra, I bring everything. I'd just rather be prepared rather than say, hey, oops, I left this patch cable at my house. Can you guys wait like 2 hours while I come back? Like, that's so unprofessional, and it goes with life, guys. Be prepared. It helps you with everything in life. For the guitarist and bassist, pay attention to this. Restring with brand new strings. You hear that one, bassist? And get a setup done on your guitar and bass. If you do not know what a setup is, please look it up, and please find someone that knows what they're doing when you take it to get set up. Do not just trust one of your friends that says they can do it. If they do not know what they're doing, do not let them do it. Getting a setup basically keeps your guitar not only in tune, makes it play better, it keeps it in tune when you hit every note. So like when you play like up on the 12th fret, if that is not sounding as good as when you play an open, it's not set up properly. You need to go get it set up, guys. I cannot stress this enough. If you guys want your stuff to sound really good and not edited, they will not record your guitar if it's not working the professional way that it should. So that also has to go, is make sure that you do have a good instrument. Do not show up with a Squier and expect it to sound like a Fender when you go out of the studio. Just common sense, guys. Get your guitars restringed and get them set up and get your tool to be the strongest, best tool that it can be before you go into the studio and kill it. Another helpful tip that I like to do as far as being prepared and having extra is bring extra strings. And not only just extra strings as the same gauge, I actually do bring an extra set just in case if I need to go heavier or if I even need to go lighter. Lighter is usually not in my case that I need to do. I usually have to go heavier. So I always start with a lighter gauge strings. Now, keep in mind, if you do have to change the strings and they are a different gauge, you will have to tweak your guitar and get it set up, which the perks of me, I know how to set up my own guitar so I don't have to go anywhere, but just bring extra strings all the time. Also bring different style picks. You would think that you want, if I show up to the studio and say, I really want to record with this orange pick, this may not sound that great. This is a 60. So if I'm playing in a drop tuning, I probably should be using like an 88 or a 100 or 1.0 or 114. Like, that's, just bring different kinds, because if something's not sounding right, obviously it could be your playing, but picks are a key. So bring extra picks and bring all of that as well.